to all my suffering, open up to be comic. Now all I sudden I see these stars like all this type is. I pull my dreams by my dreams, now I'm leaving what I see.
Good day and good evening, good afternoon, grand rising, grand junction to all of those in between. My name is Anubi Sarde, and if you didn't know what, ask your homie. It's Anubi, nigga. I have just came to the most realization of the premises of realization. My spirit guides do not exist outside of myself. There is no ancestor that has an answer for me and how I'm supposed to be living my life. There is no deceased family member or some grandmother, great grandmother that can decipher the path that I am meant to be taking on my life. In fact, my spirit guides are the exact cultivation of all that I have been, all that I am, and everything that I will be. Every time I get over another hump or another stone, like, okay, let me break it down like this. Have you ever ran into somebody that 3 years ago you would have found insanely attractive? You like the way that they move. They may curse people out as soon as they got them fucked up, and then you be looking at them and you're like, I like you, we act the same, we used to be like that. And then now 3 years has passed and you're looking at this person that you would have found divinely attractive, and you're like, you actually kind of disgust the fuck out of me, because the only reason why I was like that was because I was malnourished in my system of understanding. So they choose the anger, the irritation, or even like the subtlety of just leaving everything that bothers them instead of just sitting with their the hell was that? The hell is that? Oh, bitch, it's an eagle. Bitch, it's an eagle. Look at the eagle. Y'all see the eagle? Look at the eagle. Stop playing with me. Where's the motherfucker? Do y'all see him? That is a bold-faced ass eagle, bitch. Okay, anyways, back to what I was saying. That's my childlike joy interrupting me while I'm trying to give y'all substantial evidence of consciousness. Anyways, so as I was saying, I'm living with my mom, right? I've been having like multiple crying spells, as well as these very aggressive nightmares of my mother shifting into this demon and she trying to kill me. Me and my grandmother, we don't really have like a relationship like that because she finds that I'm antisocial. And it's not that I'm antisocial, I just be too sensitive. As I was saying, my mom told me you got 1 month to get your shit together and then get out. You know, you finna be 30. You know, you 26 type shit. And for a while, that really pained my heart. That made me feel like, damn, your mama kicked you out, so now you're gonna kick me out before I got my shit together. And you know, like, you just continue in the loop. But then I realized like how tired she looks, like how exhausted she is, and she's still trying to maintain things that she didn't have an opportunity to actually plan for. She just had to go and execute it. No one held her hand and made sure that she had all of the necessary resources and nutrients and everything that she needed in order for her to be able to get to where she needed to be. And in return, in having me, I went through a very big period of having a lot of support, but people couldn't get me to the places that I felt like I would be able to go if I just had another person with me. She wasn't able to teach me the things that she had to acquire on her own. And I've always understood that she's just a little girl. Not in a sense of like she's incompetent or she's immature or she's childish, but a lot of the times we forget that a mother was a little girl before she became a mother, before everybody had to see her, before everyone forced her to be an adult, before everyone made her look at her life like, bitch, this is yours. Handle your business. You know what I'm saying? And Like, people give me like the whole pretty privilege thing like that, and then like, now in the midst of me getting whatever I want, I don't always get to keep whatever I have or whatever I get. I will bust my ass in order to get what I have to get, but I didn't have the necessary attainment for me to be able to maintain these things. It's a I want to say hereditary, but it's like a trauma within our veins. And I don't know if it started from the supposed slavery where people were having their kids taken away from them, or their families ripped apart from like people just taking shit away from them. And I don't really know where it came from, but you know, black people have this really big thing of when it just happened, like, you gotta do what you gotta do, drop that shit and go on with your life. And I'm just now starting to understand that you can't harbor onto that pain. I used to ask a lot of questions of like, to like my spirit guides and to God and to my angels, and be like, I want to know what my past life was like. Every time I dream, well, majority of the time when I'm dreaming, I have this reoccurring dream where I'm inside of this castle or this house, and there's 1,000 windows that are like, they're not broken windows, but they have like vines that are like creeping into the windows. It always looks like somebody took all of their stuff out of the room and ran or got away, or like there's multiple things inside of the room that let you know that this person had to vacate real fast, like. And there was a few other dreams that I had, and I just kept trying to figure out like, what does it mean? Like, every time I get an apartment, I'm never able to work my ass off in order to be able to keep it. Like, I just had my apartment in Colorado. I was homeless for an entire year in order to try to take care of this apartment that I had just gotten a month before I tore my ACL. I was denied rest. There was a lack of understanding. It was like, okay, like, your leg is broken, so get up, move. Like, why are you dwelling on the fact that you just broke your leg? And I'm like, bitch, I can't walk. Like, I cannot fucking walk. And people are just not understanding that. And it's because of the fact that I have so much confidence, and I have so much assurance, and I have so much of an understanding of my self-identity, that even to myself, sitting down and getting the rest that I needed just didn't seem like something that I had the opportunity to be able to do. And so I started realizing that a lot of my fear, my stagnation, a lot of every cultivation of everything that I had, it was being brought to a tangible answer that I could feel. I could see my own frustration, my own tiredness, my own needing to rest, but don't have the opportunity to rest in my mother. Like, I could see it. And I could see the demons that were inside of my dream that I thought were my mother were actually manifestations of all of my fears being placed in front of me. Like, as mothers, what you won't do for yourself, you have to do for your children. What you won't do for your children, you have to learn how to do for yourself. And she wasn't given the opportunity to be able to plan and execute and then do whatever she needed to do. And my problem is always thinking that I have to just execute and not have an actual plan. So I would get to where I need to be, but I'm not able to hold on because I didn't make a plan for after I got this shit. Like, I'll manifest like $30,000, $25,000. You know what I'm saying? When I was like 20 years old. And then I would get the money that I'm manifesting, and then I can't do, well, it wasn't no $25,000, no $30,000 that I was probably manifesting like $500, $600, but I wasn't able to obtain those things because after I got it, I spent it on things that I didn't plan to make me any type of revenue. I was spending it on things that I didn't make a plan for me to be able to continue making income after I got this $500. Like, I cut my own. That is a big motherfucking eagle, y'all. Look, he coming back around. Look. Do y'all see him? Please tell me y'all see him, cause he like circling around, and I know my phone is like let me shut the fuck up, cause I'll be following his ass around all day. That's a confirmation right there, y'all. I know some of y'all was waiting on me to say that. Ah. Anyways, so I started thinking about how if she didn't get the opportunity to be able to plan, my grandmother didn't have a mother, so I know she wasn't given the opportunity to be able to plan. She was raised pretty much by the community and the rest of the world, just like how I was raised by the community and the rest of the world. And so I started thinking, oh my God, it's not like a final destination, but it definitely is like a rendering of Final Fantasy. Like, I'm looking at everything that gives me fear. Having children, having a nigga by my side, having a home, like all of these things, maintaining a home, like all of these things that I'm afraid of, and I'm just like, I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not even gonna try to work towards that because I just know that that's not something that I want for myself. But it's not that I didn't want that for myself, it came with the fear. If I have a child, I have to understand and actually register to the fact that there is a very, very big likelihood that this child will either harbor all of the fear, the anger, and the hurt and become my greatest monster, or she can be something, which is quite possible because I have found, not in a cocky sense, I have found that I am able to evolve very fast. Sometimes even faster than the world can be able to hold me, which is why a lot of times I be glitching and I just be quiet sometimes because everything got to catch up and I be stuttering a lot because I haven't fully gotten to where all of this lines up within itself. Stay with me. Or she can be way better than me. She doesn't have anger. She doesn't have frustration. She doesn't have sadness. She just voids all of that and turns it into fuel for getting the job done. Like, she's gonna be my sarcophagus, you know? And I started realizing that you know, that's the characteristic between a mother and a daughter. She can either be your sarcophagus or she can be your burial site. Ooh, I just ate that. I ate that. I like how we did that. And this is why I say that you don't have any ancestors. I used to be trying to look for my spirit guides and then like meeting my family members and stuff like that and be like, okay, which one of these people is an ancestor that I can honor? Who can I make food for in my living room after I've already after I've obtained all of these things that I needed and gotten to where I needed to be and I have my home? Who am I going to put on the altar? And then I started thinking about it. Bitch, you're the altar. You're the altar. You're a part of the bloodline. So you are all of the ancestors in one. You don't need to go and find the specific person or find this auntie that did witchcraft or like find this cousin that does like tarot card reading and like all that shit. You don't need to do any of that. You just need to pay the fuck attention. Pay attention to the very things that give you life because that's going to save them from dying. But you don't do it in a sense of where you're living for them. You do it in a sense of where everything that you're afraid of getting for yourself, everything that you want to maintain for yourself, you get that for yourself. And that's how you honor them. You supposed to be like, okay, these motherfuckers gave me blood. My hair good, my body tea, you know what I'm saying? Like, my nails don't chip as easily, my feet are pretty, I could sing a little bit, I could dance a little bit, I could rap a little bit. Like, I'm gonna take this cultivation of blood, sweat, tears, flesh, and hair, and I am going to become the living sarcophagus of everything that was before me and everything that is after me. And I just felt like that's it, that's all. I just wanted to share that. Yeah.